Good morning, AP Lang students. I'm hoping to get this video up online soon so that you'll be able to see it if you need a little bit of extra support in navigating this online e-learning. So you can see this is the new home page. It looks a little different. Usually it started here with this extra information, but now we start with some announcements that you can see. I will be posting announcements each day. You can see I haven't yet. The last one was to bring your Vonnegut. But then you'll see my homepage actually looks a little different now. So we have some information about how this course is going to be organized, which is, again, the same. You guys are used to this, except that the modules will be labeled differently. I will show that to you here in a second. What are my expectations for daily participation and attendance? In order to be considered present for the day, you need to engage in the activity that I've posted in Canvas. And it's really not going to be too difficult. I think that you'll see there will be days where really you enter some text about your thoughts on something and you get credit for being there. However, it's very important that you do that within the day so that you can get credit for being there. Otherwise, you will receive an unexcused absence. So, for instance, you could do your homework as early as 5 a.m. if you're a super early riser, which I doubt many of you are, or you could do it at 10 p.m. It really is up to you. You've got that flexibility. Now, I wouldn't probably put them off till 10 p.m. most days, but you can. I will be looking back and taking roll for today, tomorrow. And so that's how you will get your attendance. And again, it's really important you do those because if you don't, you will get an unexcused absence for my class. Communication tools, I think we talked about this on Friday, but I will be using messaging in Canvas and Remind, and my email is still obviously really a good way to get a hold of me. Office hours, so times that you know I will be online and available, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and then 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. I'll be available off and on through the day, but in order to facilitate my kids' learning and not go crazy, those are the only times that you know I will 100% be available to you. And if that's not going to be possible, I promise I will post something. If you want, I have created an Instagram for me to share things with you guys. Feel free to follow along. It's at Mrs. Anderson Teaches English on Instagram. Also, I've got my Twitter, and if you guys get, crazy awesome at e-learning, maybe I'll even start a TikTok, which could be really an interesting experience. Anyway, so you can check that out. Now, okay, so you'll need to go in through the modules to get your stuff each day. You can see this e-learning, read this first, but you know what? That's actually linked here in this first assignment for today. But again, this is what I was talking about with the organization. So you can see this week is labeled week of 316 through 320, and there will be other weeks that will look the same. So then we have today and tomorrow and Friday with nice labels so you can see where everything is. Today you have 2 assignments. I think you're going to be okay though. Tomorrow you have 1. Now Friday, this one, I just wanted to make sure I give you the heads up. It's going to take extra time. It's an actual synthesis essay practice and it's going to take about 55 minutes. Now in the email I sent to you guys and to your parents, I did mention that if that's not going to work for you, just do as much as you can, take a screenshot, submit it here into Canvas. Because I don't want this to be too stressful for you. So for instance, today in the look here first, sorry, didn't click on the right part. You've got some information from me about e-learning, a lot of things that I'm already talking about here, but use the Zoom app or the Zoom website so that we can do some actual discussion. But don't worry if you can't be there live when I do those Zooms. I will post those to Canvas. So again, this just is kind of going through some of the information I'm going through today. And then it says, please read through the following page. So this is just, again, that information that was at the very front. And then if we go back to the assignment, here is the assignment. It says, once you've read all of this material, please submit a 1 to 2 sentence response on what you are most nervous about concerning e-learning. This will help me to help you more throughout this process. And then again, I'm sending virtual hugs and COVID-19 approved elbows. Okay, so that's the first assignment for today. The second assignment I want to look at, just because all of your other assignments for this week will be very similar. So it's synthesis thesis prep. And you can see so you have to do that look here first today, and then the practice. So these are practice. These are not graded assignments. You get credit for doing them. But it is important to note that each day, the AP Classroom assignments, when I give those to you, will close at 11:45 p.m., which is, that 14 minutes earlier than our Canvas assignments close, so you need to make sure you get on there a little bit earlier than that. Now this one is just thesis practice, and it's a lot like what we already did. in class last week. So that will be really, really good. Now with this one for today, the one for tomorrow, and the one for Friday, all of them you'll need to link to AP Classroom. You'll sign in. And I tried to make sure that it would sign you right into AP Classroom so it would be easy to find. And then today you want to make sure that if you're in whatever period that you're doing and it shouldn't be open until the actual day, but so the 3/18/20 assignment for today. And today it's 3 sources, you write a thesis statement, or 4 sources, sorry, and you decide which sources you would use, just like what we did last week. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out via email or the Remind, or send me a message in Canvas, and we will hopefully get all of the information that you need. All right, guys, we can do this. Have a great Wednesday.